it would hurt to know if you ever were untrue.
Welcome back to Beyond Perspective podcast. This is episode number 7. Today we have Nigel from Scorpion Racewear with us. It's been a while trying to get this one done. Thanks for finally joining us and being with us here today.
Not a problem.
Yeah, it's been a while. We've been trying to work this out for quite some time now. So
yeah, it was actually before the COVID-19 actually started. We were attempting to try and do it.
4 or 5 months
something
now?
like that.
Yeah. Actually, I remembered just earlier today, I was trying to remember where I'd spoke to you last time. It was when I was trying to get some shirts made a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. And actually, I don't think that contact ended up working out for me, but they pointed me in the direction of someone else who pointed me in the direction of someone else, which ended up helping me get all the stuff made. So thank you for that.
No problem.
I appreciate that. Okay, let's jump straight into the first question. We'll get this ball rolling.
Not a problem.
And that is just a pretty basic one. So just tell us a bit about yourself and how you got to this point in life with Scorpion Racewear. Kind of the choices and the path that led you to where you are now.
Yep.
And anything in between, really. Feel free to add as much or as little as you want.
I'm originally from Tasmania.
Okay.
Right, I joined the Air Force back in 1990.
Wow.
So I actually did 12 years in service as in the Royal Australian Air Force. That's for first up. And then
I didn't know that.
Then we did 10 years in Qantas.
Wow.
Doing the same job as I did. I was an aircraft painter.
Yeah, nice.
So they called us a surface finisher back in the days.
Beautiful.
And at the moment I'm currently working for a company called Aswell Joineries out at Wetherill Park. Scorpion Racewear actually comes from the fact that I used to race Speedway.
Awesome.
Most people know with Speedway, you need a sponsor.
Yeah,
that's what it comes down to. If you don't have the dollars, you just can't go racing.
You can't do it at all.
No. So we found a sponsor. It was actually on a racewear company.
Yep.
The deal was that I would be a liaison dealer down in New South Wales. They were actually in the Northern Territory.
Okay.
And got the deal. So whatever I got a customer, I get a kickback.
Yep.
And that was how we were going to go racing using that.
Using that percentage?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, and using that. The only thing that I found was I wasn't happy with some of the designs and stuff like that and how it was being handled. So I was iffy at the time. Okay. We had a massive accident racing.
Oof. And never a fun time.
No, we wiped ourselves out pretty well.
Yep. Any injuries to yourself?
Yeah, I had a few broken ribs and stuff like that. So I was at that point still trying to run that side of it and keep it going. They pulled the pin. They actually closed down.
Yeah, wow.
But left me with the bill.
Yeah, that's nice of them.
Yeah, so I had to pay customers back and stuff like that.
Wow.
And my wife, I used to say to her all the time, I said, I just don't like the design. I know I can do better.
Yeah.
I could do better.
Yep.
She said, well, shut up or put up.
Yeah, do it. Definitely.
So we started. We started finding. It took me about 6 months or so to actually find a customer service that I was happy with.
Okay.
I picked up a program off one of my mates, started playing. Yep. And that's where it originally started from. Yeah, so it was back in 2015 when we really started.
Wow.
So
a good 5 years.
Yeah.
You've done a lot in those 5 years.
We do. We look at things a little bit differently to, I think, a normal company because I come from the actual racer that struggled to get a sponsor. Yep. So we look at things a lot differently. Yep. And it's working for us at the moment.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I know I see you post all the time, always more cars, more people, like it's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
It is. We've expanded to New Zealand. Yep. We have one of our actual supported drivers that we can talk about later, Shane Annan. His daughter's the one that's actually supported, but Shane's actually over in New Zealand and he's like a liaison dealer for me. So he's chasing jobs for me now.
Awesome.
And he's exactly what I did back then he's doing for me now. So he gets a kickback from everything that he orders.
Awesome.
And we get more orders.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So
and it helps you spread out and expand over there.
Yeah, we get a lot of phone calls now coming out of New Zealand.
Good.
It really is.
It's good. The speedway over there is crazy.
It's mad.
Yeah. lived over there briefly for a couple of years, and yeah, they go mental for it. Hey?
The super stocks
Yep.
and the teams racing is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
They're talking 80,000 people at a race meeting.
Wow. Well, there's a it's in Tauranga where I was living in the Bay of Plenty. They got their own. I think it's Bay Park.
Yes.
Yeah, well, they used to, or they still do now. They do the drift events there. They just concrete the centre. So I never actually went there for a speedway event, but I did actually go there for a drift event when they had one there, and the place was packed. They only allowed you to sit on one bend, and then you could see where they were going on all over the track, but the capacity that was still there. And where we were all sitting, they were saying that it's like record attendance at a drift event, and looking around the stands, didn't look like it was packed at all, like it was empty. So for that place to be full on like a speedway night, yeah.
Well, that's the
amount of people that would be there, it was crazy.
Yeah, that's the only track I actually went to in New Zealand was Bay Park.
Yeah, it's a good place.
It's awesome. Its facilities.
Great place at the country too.
Yes.
Beautiful place.
Well, I was over there seeing Kristen, which is our female ambassador.
Yes.
And that was the only track I've actually been to in New Zealand.
Yep.
And it was awesome just watching the...
Great place.
Oh, it's just... You come to Australia, you know the Australian tracks, and you kind of get used to them. You go over there, and it's just a completely different vibe. There's not as much banking on the tracks,
Yep.
and it's more side-by-side racing because of it.
Yep.
And it's just...
Completely different style of racing.
Different style.
Yep.
And that, so again, I was lucky. Then Kristen introduced to me a lot of people, and some of those people now are still attached to us.
Awesome.
So
that's what it's all about.
It is.
Go meeting those people and just keeping the contacts expanding.
Oh, yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, it really is. One of the guys there was actually a guy named called Billy Hickey. He actually commentates for the races.
Yep.
And he was just over here just recently because he was coming over for one of our events to commentate for me.
Okay.
So that's the type of links that you get through Speedway.
Exactly.
It just keeps rolling on from there.
And then what that goes into further down the line, and it'll just snowball into more events, more more things you guys can work on together, and more exposure. Really, at the end of the day.
Yeah, it is.
That's awesome. That's great. So, did you go anywhere else around Bay Park while you were there?
No, basically, I just went down to the harbour because Kristen lives in Tauranga.
Okay.
So we just went down to the bay and everything like that, and we had a look around. I was only there for 3 days. Wow. Literally, it was a flyover. It was her nationals. Yeah. So I said to her I'd come over, so we flew over, did the nationals, and flew straight back.
Fly straight back. Yeah. It's not a lot of time to have a look around while you're there.
No, but I was there for a reason because I promised it. That was one of the things that we would do. Yep. So we try to keep our promises as much as we can. Yeah,
definitely.
And
you are there for work at the end of the day, not a holiday. So.
Yeah, so we went over there. We got some more contacts. We picked up some people. It's the whole idea of it.
That's exactly right. Did you go there on your cruise as well? Did you go?
We missed Tauranga. That was the next stop.
Yeah. Okay. When shit hit the fan.
Yeah. We were on our way to Tauranga. That was our next stop that night, and we got turned around and sent back to Australia.
What a pain in the ass that is. Maybe lucky. It could have turned out worse if you ended up getting stuck there.
Yeah. We could have been stuck there. We could have been stuck on the boat. You know what happened when that happened or went down when we were on the Ruby Princess was bad management by a lot of people.
Yeah, okay.
Lucky for my wife and I that we actually got off the boat and we'll go and quarantined at home. Mm-hmm. Some people it's not, but some people will say that's bad that we got off the boat, but we were still under the assumption that we were a clean ship when we landed. Yep.
That's right.
So we weren't told anything else.
It wasn't until after the fact when everyone started to find out that what the situation was.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If we were told, we would have happily have stayed on the boat. Yep. If we were told, but we weren't told. So we just got off. They let us through the border. They
can only work with what they tell you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We got home, and it was like the next day we were told, right, you guys are staying there. Don't even move.
So I just to jump back a little bit, back to when you were racing Speedway. Yep. What kind of years were they? And what specifically were you racing?
I can actually start back into Tassie when I used to start racing. I raced with my dad, racing dune buggies.
Nice.
Back on the beach. That's where I apparently, I've been told I was at age 2. I started going to the Speedway with Dad because Dad loves Speedway. In Tas, there's only 3 tracks. There's Hobart, there's Latrobe, and there's Carrick Speedway. And they rotate. So 1 week you're at Carrick, next week you're at Latrobe.
You're
and
just doing the loop all the time.
So Dad and I used to do the Carrick and Latrobes all the time. And
nice.
I grew up Speedway, picking up clay, picking up the tear-offs, and all the things that you do as kids. You still see kids doing exactly the same thing. And so that's where I got my passion for racing through Dad. Awesome. When I came to Sydney and I was in the Air Force and that with the wife, that's when we did go Speedway go-karts.
Okay.
I just didn't have the money again to go to, so we just did a cheaper version of Speedway go-karts.
You still get to go out and race and have fun and be part of it.
Yeah, I won my one and only race up at Gosford it was. So I actually crossed the finishing line. I was that excited I actually spun out. Got to the next guy and spun out because I'd won. But they were the times, and then we moved to the wingless sprint car. So it's a V6 Holden engine. Everything else is exactly the same as a sprint car, but without the wings. Trying to keep the costs down. You can get second-hand chassis, second-hand
quite
tyres.
cheaply.
You can keep it all down. Until I decided to go through corner 4 at Valvoline, break it apart and go straight into the fence.
Oh, Jesus.
Gotta love it. It's on YouTube.
I'll have to have a look later on. You didn't hurt yourself bad, did you?
Oh, like I said, we broke a couple of ribs. I cracked a couple of ribs. Cut my leg up. There's
just a bit of mischief.
Through the actual torsion bars, or not torsion bars, the torque tube actually runs between your legs.
Good
and the sprint. When we hit, it actually tore that out. And it cut my leg because of that. With the impact of my seats, there's a full containment seats that wraps around you. That opened up about that far with the impact. So it was a massive hit.
It was a hit?
Yeah, it was a hit. I bounced 14 metres back onto the track afterwards.
Jesus Christ. I remember, even in primary school as far back as I can remember, and then even still into high school, Dad used to take us down the Speedway at Parramatta, and used to be down there every time there was an event on, whether it was just the sprint cars or the monster trucks down there, the dirt bikes down there all the time as well, doing jumps and all the rest of it. We used to be down there all the fucking time. It was great. But I do remember seeing quite a few accidents, and I think it was at one point a sprint car, one of the mains, ended up either, I think it was stuck on the top of the fence or went over the fence into the grass where I don't think there was people sitting there, but it went up over the fence, and then they had they redone the fencing or something a while after that. But that was a long time ago.
Look,
I'm surprised I can't even remember that.
It's good times. I kind of think so, but the thing is, racing's dangerous. That's all there is to it.
As soon as you sit in that car, you are fully aware of the consequences, what can and can't happen. When I was in Qantas, we had to do an OH&S course, and I actually was able to prove that it was actually safer to be in a race car using the OHS rulings than it is in a normal car. So, because you got a helmet, you got hand devices, you got a full containment seat, you got seat belts, 5-point harness, roll cages. You don't have that in a car. No.
So
you have an airbag and one seatbelt, which does more damage to you than what...
Exactly. And people know, everyone that races knows the consequences that could happen, and we all accept it.
That's right.
It's probably one of the things that spurs you on a little bit. If I know it sounds funny,
you're going to have that safety there in the worst case scenario.
So much that it's the thrill of maybe on that edge of being alive, and that's the Speedway. When you race, it's that edge of being in control and out of control is 100%. The best part.
100%. I used to get that when years ago I used to have Skylines and all the rest of it and go drifting and stuff here and there, but it's that kind of same concept. You're out of control, but you're in control. Like you are controlling that slide, which is Speedway, which is a similar concept, two completely different sports, but very similar in that point. You are currently controlling the uncontrollable, because a lot of people look at it and go, oh, how do you do it? Like, once you figure out what you're doing, it's quite I wouldn't say easy, because it's different every time you drive, but once you understand the fundamentals, that's when you start having fun, because you know the point at which you can push yourself, and then every time you drive, it's just like, let's just go a little bit further, and then something bad happens, and then you dial it back, and then you get confident again, and you push again, and
you got to push the limits.
it's just constant progression.
It's the old saying too. Like for us, it's you turn right more than you're turning left.
Yeah,
if
definitely.
you're turning left, your car's not working right.
Yeah, exactly.
So people that don't do that don't understand that you actually turn right more than you're turning left.
That's right.
And when you explain that to them, they say, well, how does the car turn? I says, put an old styrofoam cup on the ground, give it a push, and it goes around the circle.
It goes around. That's exactly right.
That's what the car does. And
Exactly
you've got to fight that to drive through the corners.
Yep. And the people watching on this camera that don't know what we're talking about, if you see anything at a speedway and watch the cars go around the corner, you will always see the wheels are pointing right.
Yeah.
Because that's how they're steering themselves around the corner.
Let's kind of tie it to a movie.
Using acceleration.
Yeah, tie it to a movie, Cars.
Yeah.
When he talks about when he's trying to learn to go around the thing,
Yes.
if you're
100%.
turning right and you're going left, you're doing right.
Exactly right.
And that's what it's all about.
Basic principle. So that's teaching the kids how to get into it.
Well, that's how I think I taught my son. So
Yeah.
he did more motorbikes than anything, but he knew he had to get it to a certain point in how to do things.
Definitely.
And that's how people learn. And it's a great thing to learn, kids to learn, because they learn an extra skill.
Yep.
And like a lot of the kids who are today are down at the Nepean racing, and they're 12, 10, 16-year-old kids all learning how to drive a rear-wheel car, basically.
Yeah, perfect.
And they can control it.
That's right.
So if something does happen in the wet or whatever, they've got that.
They've got those skills.
Yeah, they've got the skills that some kids just don't.
Yep.
And you see it on the road now.
I see it all the time, especially, well, not now, not driving the truck anymore, but with driving the truck every day, the amount of people I've seen lose control in the rain because they're not paying attention to what's going on in front of them. And because I'm in the truck, I can see so far ahead, it's not funny. And you see the line of traffic stop and you're like, this guy's not slowing down, he's not slowing down. And all of a sudden you see brakes and the car's sideways, and then you see him turn. And I'm like, what are you doing? And then there they go. They're going around in circles. It's like, what did they turn for?
The biggest problem is a lot of people, you get taught this in Speedway, that you don't actually look at the front of your car.
No.
You look 150 feet in front. And that's what people don't do in the car.
100%.
When you're braking, you should be looking at the third car in front of you.
Yes.
And that's one thing that people don't do.
That's
and
right.
one skill that you'll learn at Speedway is to do that. You should be looking ahead, not at where your tyres are. If you can see them. Half the time you can't see them anyway.
Well, half the people aren't watching where they're going because they're
doing that
on
stuff.
their phone or like whatever they're doing. They're always doing something. It baffles me the amount of times I've had someone drive past and they've got the bloody sunshade down, doing their makeup in the mirror, or they're eating breakfast or brushing their teeth.
Did you see me do that the other day? Did you? Put the makeup on.
It's some of the things when you're driving around and seeing people doing it. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
I'm glad I don't have to be around it anymore. I go isolate myself in a workshop and just get my hands dirty. That's the plan. All right, let's jump into question number 2. What is this? Oh, I only just noticed this recently. So run us through some of the more tailored options, I guess you could say, that you have within the business. I have seen that you do some, or have started to do some class specific suits.
Yeah. What we've done was with our suits, just to let everyone know, all our suits are what we call SFI approved.
They're all rated.
Yes.
Yep.
So the SSI approved, either single layer, double layer, triple layer, and so forth. We only use an approved manufacturer that is on their website. Okay. And that's how we go through. There's one thing that I don't do, and that's I'm not going to use a guy that goes, I can do it, I'll just put the sticker on there or the tag on there. It's someone's life.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? So we want to make sure that we use the correct thing. So all our gear that we use for that type of stuff is actually fully rated. Yep. All right? So we know that that's them. But we can tailor make all of our suits to a customer. Yep. So we don't normally do an off-the-rack suit. Yep. It's just something no person is the same.
100%.
You look at me. You're massively tall. I'm small. Yeah. You can't get there and say it's off the rack. It's going to get it.
Yeah, that's right.
So we custom make everything. Our suits have 14 points where we actually measure. Wow. So give you a suit that fits. But even in the suits, we have different options. You can have a race receiver in your pocket if you've got one. With race receivers, that's their one-way communication from the stewards to the drivers.
Yep.
All right, so everyone that races has one.
Yep.
So we've put a pocket in there to get it out of the way. A lot of the time, you'll have like a cable like we have here, and you're trying to drive, and this cable's flapping around
or something.
So we've put it in the suit, and it's up in here, so it's out of the way.
Perfect.
We have 360 shoulders, so the shoulders move.
Yep.
We've got back gussets, so the when your suit bend over, it actually gives a little bit of stretch, so it doesn't. If you ever worn a normal suit, it rides up on you.
They're a pain in the ass.
Yeah, so we try and help that up. The NASCAR cuff's a standard thing. Everyone likes them. If anyone knows what a NASCAR cuff is, what it is, it's an inner cuff. So you put your boot on, you put that inner cuff inside your boot, and you do your boot up, then you put another part of the fire suit over the top.
Over the top of it.
Stops any fire going up into your legs if there is. All right, so that does that as well. Arm restraints, so when you're driving, you actually hook onto your seatbelt, so your arms can't go like this.
That's right.
So when you go flying, in a crash, you're not doing this.
Yeah, you're not.
So you're safe.
Squashed.
Yeah. So it's just all the things that you need, we can tailor make.
Okay.
Arm restraints, some people don't use them. Street stockers, they use a net.
Yeah,
They
so
don't
they
need
don't
the
have to
arm
use their
straps. So we just don't give it to them.
That's right.
We just ask
Are they
them.
part of the suit, are they?
Yes, they're stitched through to the suit. So they're
Yeah,
actually
wow.
a band that goes right around and is built into the suit, and you have a D shackle.
The D clip on there. Yeah, wow.
Just a D clip.
Okay.
Some people don't want them, some people do. Some have their own slip over version, so they say, I don't need it. So you don't give it to them.
That's right.
Pockets. You put pockets in the suits.
That's right.
Half the people don't like them now because they get caught on them when they're working on cars.
Yeah.
So you give them, every single person that we speak to, we give them about 6 or 7 options.
Yep.
And they go, yep, this is what I want, and that's what they get.
You make it exactly the way they want
we
it.
we just say to the supplier, there it is, that's what we want, and they make it.
Yeah, beautiful. And then you can do, and with the designs, obviously, you do all the designs yourself for those specific applications as well.
We've got 2 or 3, as we call them, main suits. One's called the Pasco, one's called the Striker, and one is just an old school. Okay. We use those a lot with people because the old school's kind of it's a throwback.
Yep.
And a lot of people like the throwbacks.
Yep.
So we do that.
Definitely.
The Pasco was actually named after our ambassador, Hayden Pasco.
Okay.
We did a suit for him. He went to America and it got so much footage. It just was great. And even Wade Alcher here in Sydney used to, when Hayden was being interviewed, Wade's in the centre of the track and Hayden's up on the thing being interviewed, and he goes, well, I know who this person is, I don't even have to say it because he knew the suit and the colours.
Just stands out.
Yeah, so
beautiful.
we kind of named it the Pasco, and everyone goes, I just want one like Hayden, so I just named it the Pasco.
There you go.
And that was just easier.
Yep.
And our latest one is called the Striker,
okay,
which is actually named after our Scorpion mascot.
Awesome.
So we had a competition and we actually put a name to our Scorpion.
To the Scorpion.
Yeah,
Striker.
so it was really good. It was 140 people put a name to him.
Nice.
And so we called him Striker in the end. I didn't pick it. My wife and daughter were the ones who were picking that. That was their job. And I was happy with it.
So let me just throw something else out there quickly. Why Scorpion?
I'm a Scorpio.
Oh, beautiful. That's probably why we get along. So I'm a Scorpio as well.
Yeah. Well, originally, when we first started, we were just doing shirts. And we actually did have another name called Shirts for You.
Yep.
That was our first, when we first started getting into it.
Okay.
And then when I started doing that for the Speedway people, everyone kept going, oh, do you do seats? Can you do this?
Yep.
And I thought, well, here's an avenue, let's open up.
Let's see how you go, yeah.
And then the wife goes, well, it's a bit narrow, your name.
Yep.
And I went, well, let's expand it. And
Make it bigger.
we changed the name, rebranded ourselves, and started off again. And everyone loves Striker. It's,
yeah.
You get told, you go,
I like
can I put the Scorpion on the car? Yeah, go for it.
Definitely.
So we have been contemplating making another change of him, just kind of maybe not having him on the logo, just kind of like a big S with a curve. But every time I go to show it to some of the guys, they go, no, I like Striker.
Yeah, they like Striker. They want the Scorpion. It's funny how that works, isn't it?
Yeah, you're trying to each year that I have had him with the logo, we've made a slight change. So every year that I see it, there's a difference. The first time it was just the words and Striker.
Okay.
The next year we banded a yellow line around it with the thing. And the year after that we put some more extra fangs on him. So each year he's expanded.
Okay.
And I know which year that comes from because we know when we made the change.
You made the changes.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's good to look back on
Oh, it
Especially
is.
if you see something pop up from, you can know, oh, that was from that time period.
Facebook, when they pop up, the damn,
Yep.
his memories, and you go, oh, geez, I remember that.
Yeah, that's cool.
So,
That's awesome. Yeah, wow. Okay, so also with the designing stuff for the brand,
Yep.
you do all that yourself.
Yes.
All yourself. What software do you use to do that?
I use just standard AI.
Oh, okay,
Adobe.
beautiful.
Yes.
All Adobe stuff.
Yes, all the Adobe stuff. I mainly just use AI. I don't
Yep.
use Photoshop as much. I'm getting into it with the
I don't
iRacing.
use it. Yeah.
It's like it's completely opposite
Yeah,
to AI.
exactly.
It's just your head can't get around
Yep.
it.
I find there's a couple of keyboard commands I use on AI that do kind of work on Photoshop, but then there's a lot of stuff that it's just so backwards. I don't know how to use it. That's
See?
why I do all my resizing, all the pictures. I do everything on AI because
Yeah.
it's just easier for me to use it that way.
I'm even older school. I just go up to the top and click on copy.
Yeah.
I don't even
Yep.
use the Control C because I'm too lazy.
I use shit. What do I use? I use the H
Yep.
on AI because it just gives you the hand so you can drag it around, and then the V to get back to the cursor. And
Yeah.
that's all I use.
I've been trying to teach myself to use the Control C, the Control V
Yep.
for copies and pasting.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm old school. I just kind of click up to the top, click on it, then I do it.
And it's done.
just how
if
I do
it works for you, it works for you. That's right.
I have to think too much doing
That's
the other
right.
ones. It's easier doing it.
I agree. I always do it wrong. I try and copy something, and then I'll go to put it over something else, and then I'll copy it again.
Yep.
So I copy what I'm trying to paste over the top of, and you
Yep.
have to go back, do it again, do it
Yeah.
again, and it just turns into a pain in the ass.
Yeah, but no, all of our designs I do.
Oh, yeah.
Every
Beautiful.
single design I
Yep.
do. So I'm there on the computer doing it. So when people say to me, oh, it's been great, it's been from me from the start all the way through,
Yep.
it is. I speak to the customer, I'll organise what they need,
Everything
I'll
they
design
want.
it, send pictures to them back and forth until they're happy.
Yep.
Because I don't design for me, I design for the
It's
customer.
for them. Yep.
Yeah, so my opinion of how they want it is only artistry.
Yeah, that's right.
They've got to tell me what they want.
That's right.
They've got to be happy with what it is,
Yep.
and we do it like that.
You just kind of like the layers should kind of be laid out this way.
I interpretate
Yeah,
is the word
this-
I say.
yeah.
I interpretate what they want.
Yep.
Sometimes it's not exactly what they want, but
Then other
if I've
times-
done it and they look at it and they go, oh, that's even better than I thought. Sweet, we'll just keep going.
We'll
with
just
that.
keep going with that. That's
Exactly.
perfect.
If it's not, they say, oh no, I really want to go in this direction. Then we swap it. And
You
we go
you
off
change
that
it
way.
out and you
Yeah,
keep
it's
going. That's
not
right.
my gear. I'm not wearing it.
Yeah, that's right. It's for them. Exactly. Exactly.
I learnt that fairly early in the piece.
Yep.
Just to let the customer tell you what they want and
That's
just interpret what that is.
Exactly. As best you can. And then, well, they're going to tell you anyway.
They will tell you.
So-
And you get some customers say, I don't care, mate, just do it.
Yep.
So you knock up something, they go, oh, that's brilliant, let's go, bang.
Perfect.
And then others are 150 different things they want changed. Do this, do that, do
Yeah.
that. And
Yep. I'm glad I don't have to deal with that.
Oh,
to that extent, anyway.
that does get
gets-
draining.
Yeah, it
but-
can do.
Yeah, but you get the other ones that'll just say, mate, just do something for me. You knock it up and they go, I wasn't expecting that. That's great.
Yeah,
Done.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're the people you want to work with.
I wish.
It just makes it
It's
easier.
all customers
Makes
are
it
like
easier.
that.
It's like even with my stuff, I'm finding just some of the designs that I want to do. But even if I throw a couple of things out there, I'm like, what do you guys think of this? Like, the reaction's great, and you're like, oh, this is mad, awesome. And then you make it, and then all the people that said that they'll buy it disappear. It's
Yep.
like crickets. It's just like, hey guys, where'd you all go?
Yeah,
like,
no. We did a range of...
it's a bit hard.
Yeah, we did what we call the Stinger range
Okay.
once there. We did 2 kids' shirts, 3 ladies' shirts. We had a competition for actually what were going to go on these shirts.
Yep.
And 3 older, like adult shirts as well for males. We had, girl racer, boy chaser,
Yep.
and all
Nice.
these. And what was Kristen's? What was it? Hers was high heels. I traded my high heels for race shoes.
Yeah,
and
nice.
all these things. And the kids' ones was My Heroes Turn Left and Sling Dirt.
Yeah, nice.
And all these things, and we had one, I'm a Racerholic,
Yep.
which actually Jamie, jeez, I've gone blank. Jamie from Via Touring Cars.
Yep.
He actually did a photo for me. We were at Bunnings one time doing a promotional thing, and he was there,
Nice.
and he actually came up and did a point to it like this for
Yeah.
me. So it was really cool. We used him as
Awesome.
as a picture. So, but we did that, and we got them all in, and we literally we can't sell them.
Yeah.
Because people go, oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's it. You can't make people buy
No,
them. Yeah, it's
you
crazy.
can't.
I've done one of my releases. This is a couple of years ago now. It literally didn't sell a thing. But I messaged all the people that were interested.
Yep.
I'm just like, hey guys, I've got the shirts in. How you feeling? Like, do you still want a shirt? Like, and then you either don't get a message or they're like, oh, I didn't actually think you were going to make them.
Yes.
It's just like, I'm a business. Like, of course I'm going to make them because I need to sell them, and it's the whole point of it.
Yeah, and you learn quite quickly on, is it just bullshit that they're trying to get
100%,
to you?
exactly.
Or is it going to sell?
That's right.
I'm very cautious now. I don't actually bring anything
Once
out.
bitten, twice shy.
Yes.
Yep.
So
definitely.
we hold back and reserve on that now.
Yep. To an extent, you have to.
Well, you do.
You're still in a business where competition exists, which I'm only finding out now in the last 6 months. I've spoken to a few other brands and shared some ideas around, and then hey presto, what do you know? They've got some stuff made, and it's just like, ooh, okay, maybe we're going to limit the interaction we have with those people now. So
yeah, we've had that ourselves. We've even had people where we've designed a shirt for someone.
Yep.
Back when I first started, and we never heard from them again.
Yeah, wow.
We're going, well, you're going to order? Oh, no, we're going to not. Next thing you see is that very similar design that they're wearing that they got from someone else.
Yeah, that's right.
So they get me to design and get someone else to do
someone else to make it. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that sucks.
So we don't hand our actual design to anyone. We'll send them a screenshot.
Yep.
Only.
That's it.
So we don't do a design unless someone's done a design fee. So if they do decide not to do it,
you've still at least paid for your time in actually doing the design process.
Because some designs can be
very time consuming. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, no, it's it's a pain in the ass. It's until something like that happens, you're just like, oh, that's right. I'm trying to build a business in a very competitive industry.
Yes.
So, and then I look at it from the standpoint like I wouldn't try and do that to them. I'm like, that's right, because I'm not trying to get something from that interaction, you know. If I sell stuff, it doesn't bother me. I've got a day job to keep money coming in from it, so it's not a big deal.
And that's what we do too. This is our second job, hobby, as my wife calls it.
Yep.
And like I said before, I took doing this to try and help the underdog, as we call them, the grassroots racer. I'm not looking at trying to get the big sprint car teams.
100%.
Not yet. Give me time.
Yeah, only a matter of time. It'll happen.
Just the fact is that we couldn't race because we never had gear. We never had looked good. So now we give the opportunity. I don't have the overheads that everyone else does.
Yep.
I work out of the garage.
Yep.
We do it all like that. So I don't put the extras on there.
Yeah, you don't have to.
No.
Yeah.
But I actually had to put my prices up a little bit.
Okay.
For people to buy them because they were too cheap.
Yeah, okay.
And they're going, it's too cheap. We won't buy them. I'm just going, I'm trying to save you guys money.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So
it gets to a point like that, doesn't it?
It's ridiculous. Like you
got to find a happy medium.
Yes, and we did.
Yeah.
And then we do another version of that in the sense with our support program that we have with all our guys, so they get a different price again.
Yes.
So it's something that we've done with the support program. I was very passionate about that one. And we've kept that on.
You got quite a few supported drivers now as well?
25.
Wow. Jeez.
So we've got two ambassadors at the moment. Kristen Vermeulen down in Victoria.
Yep.
She's actually from New Zealand and Tauranga, like I said.
Yep.
And young Hayden Pascoe.
Okay.
He's out of Wollongong.
Okay.
He's actually been to America and won quite a few races over in America as well. So he's a very talented young driver.
Great individual to have as an ambassador.
Yes, my wife calls him my Speedway son. He's the same age as Cameron. So, and at one stage they had the same haircuts, and we used to tease them about that at the same time. But that's the other thing that I've noticed since we've been in the Speedway people, and you get with the supporter program. The supported people actually become like a family, and they back you to the hilt. They will back you to like nothing else.
Yeah, and it's good.
And it is. So then you support them.
Yes.
You get them out, and they work back to us. That's what this. It's not a sponsorship, as I don't call it a sponsorship. I call it support.
Yep.
Because they support me, I support them.
100%.
And we both move.
That's right. You're not giving them a product at X price, however it works, saying get us like eyes, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like you're not like that comes naturally.
Yes.
Which is obviously it's the end product, but you want that to occur naturally.
Yes.
You don't want to just hand, like you said, all the big sprint car teams here. wear our stuff and throw our name around. Like you don't.
If
you won't get the outcome you want from that.
The way we looked at it was, if we look after someone, they look after you. And
Definitely.
the whole idea that my philosophy is, I want to make them stand out to the point where someone in the grandstand will go, they look really cool.
Yep.
That's really nicely presented. Maybe we should throw our money into them.
Yeah, definitely.
And 90% of the time, that has actually worked.
Yep. They gain sponsors and better
because
help
of this
in that
program.
regard.
Yeah,
Definitely.
and it's basically, I could have went down the line of, let's just say Hayden,
Yep.
put a spot, speak to the wife, say like, hey, here's me budget for sponsorship.
Yep.
Bang, put on one person.
Yeah.
What's it going to do?
Yeah, exactly right.
So we decided to spread it over a lot of people.
Yep.
And to get it seen more, especially at the first start of the first time when you're starting to learn.
Yep.
People see more of it.
That's what
More
you
of your
want.
product.
Exactly what you want. So I'm in that position now where I do have a couple of people that I do support in that way, but now with the way winter's going, snowboarding's not quite going to plan this year for everyone, the way COVID's going with the snowfields and stuff. So they're unfortunately sitting out the season.
Yeah.
But they're great people, great family. We're actually going up to Queensland as soon as we can, take the van up there. We're going to go up there and see them and go hang out with them for a bit, because they're just amazing family, amazing people to be around. Like you said, it's like family.
It
You go
is.
hang out with them, and like we don't need to be in that environment to go and see them. You know, they're just like friends. We go hang out with them. So, but I'm at a point now where I need to branch out and start getting into other things, because I wouldn't say things have slowed down, but because of driving the truck, doing like 12, 14-hour days in the truck, and then having to come in here and sit on the computer till midnight and then get up at 3 o'clock to go to work again.
Yeah.
But then driving all day, like that's the killer. So I've kind of put a lot of, business stuff kind of on the back burner, for the fact that I can't drive a truck for 12, 14 hours a day on 3 hours sleep. Like I'll end up driving over the top of someone and
Killing someone.
definitely not something I want to do. So I was doing that for a while, hoping to put some money in the bank, which kind of didn't really work too well. That's why I don't do that anymore. As of Friday, it's my last day driving a truck. Maybe forever, maybe not. We'll see. It just depends what opportunities arise down the track. But I like driving, so if I can start driving again and make the money I want and do the hours I want to do, that's the killer. We'll definitely get back into that. But now I'm going to have, I was explaining to you before, I'm going to have a bit more time to focus on this, so I can start pushing those kind of support programs a little bit more, and start getting. I've got to do some hoodies, and I've got I won't say too much, but I've got a few other things. Happening behind the scenes that I am definitely going to start pushing in the next month or two to help, kind of not really generate awareness for me. At the end of the day, it's not about me. What I want, it's about the brand and what I want to happen, and the people I want to support and be involved with the brand. That will grow naturally. Like that'll, from helping those people where I want the brand to go, that will just be the natural course. So I can't push that. I can't force it down people's throats. I can't make people buy it. So kind of the whole point of this podcast. It's all about
It's
people.
awareness.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, I don't do the podcast just to sell stuff, because I don't think I've sold anything from doing the podcast yet, which is fine. It doesn't bother me at all. Just talking to people like yourself, local in the area, small business owners, just doing your thing. Yeah, trying to get your name out there, and
Well, we've started doing our own little type of, not a podcast, but just a video interviews using Zoom and everything over the COVID-19 period.
I have a question.
You've got questions on that?
I have a question for you about that. So let's not talk about that too much.
We'll hold on that one.
We'll get to that one. We'll get to that one. But yeah, no, it is. I do have a question for you about that, and it's good to see that you are expanding out that way. So it's. Did you think about it for a while before you done it?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
It
was at least 6 months before I even done one of my own, saying that I wanted to do it, and the response from that was pretty great. That's what made me actually kick the door down and do the second episode.
We've always done little interviews at the track, just little chats to people.
Yep.
But being on the opposite side of the camera, very nerve-wracking. I'm not a fan of it, but I do it because I know I have to because of the brand. So sometimes you just do stuff because you have to.
Yeah, exactly right. It's that progression that you have to chase.
I
Otherwise,
know I have to go down these lines.
if you it's one of those weird things. If you don't like the Gary V's and the Kerwin Rays and all those guys, say to do stuff that you don't like because you have to learn. Like especially with running a business, like believe it or not, you're public speaking all the time.
Yes.
So if you're scared of public speaking, you need to go put yourself in those positions and talk to people and become more articulate and learn. That's the whole reason I started the podcast.
Well, when I was racing, I used to vomit every time before I raced.
Yeah, wow.
Every time.
Got that nervous?
Yeah, I get that nervous. And even doing interviews now, I'll get there and I'll shake.
Still get
I get
butterflies and
shakes before I
and
start.
stuff. Yep.
As soon as we get going, I'm okay.
It's fine, yeah.
Because I'm...
Must be a Scorpio thing.
It is.
I get it all the time too. Yep.
I don't know, it's part of the business that I don't like doing,
Okay.
but it's probably one of the biggest returns
Yes.
for doing it.
Yes.
So you've just got to do it.
Yeah. It's definitely one of those things you have to do. Okay, I've got one more question and then we'll get into the talking about your on the couch sessions. Okay. During the tough times within running a business, in this case running your business,
Yep.
what are some obstacles you've had to overcome or persevere with to keep expanding and growing the business?
Oh, look, my business is very cutthroat.
Yep.
A lot of drivers are this person or this person, and they will not stop.
And that's right.
They're very passionate. Racers are passionate about who they are.
Definitely.
It's probably one of my toughest things is when I started, because we were new, we had to get the name known
Yep.
and have the quality there
Yep.
that people would buy it
Definitely.
and then try and get them over from that person
Yes.
because they're complaining about them, but they won't leave them
Yep.
to get them over.
That's right.
That's probably one of the biggest things that I had.
Okay.
And the fact that I had to learn how to use AI when I first started
It's not easy.
from scratch.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Bit of YouTube and
Bit of
everything
Google
like
and
that.
everything else, yep.
I come from in the Air Force. We just got to the point where when I was about to leave, the computers were coming in with
Okay.
your vinyl cuttings and
Yep.
your graphics design stuff.
All those programs.
Yeah,
Yep.
so we just learnt that. So I had a little bit of knowledge, but
Yep.
nothing major. So it was just
nothing to prepare for AI though.
no. And
Completely different thing.
I would sit on the computer and the wife would be watching a TV show and I'd be sitting there for hours.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Oh, you've been on there for 4 hours." "No, I've only been on here like 10 minutes." She goes, "No, 4 hours."
It's a couple of hours.
And you just
Time
go,
passes by real quick.
"Oh, you do." And your brain just overloads and
Yep.
I'll be going to bed and I'm thinking, "Oh, I should be doing this," and I have to get back up again.
That's
Go
right.
back on the computer,
Yep.
lay it down, and then
Yep.
I can go back to sleep. Otherwise, my brain just won't let me sleep.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, wow.
You're always designing, always.
Never stops.
No, you never do.
I got like 10 of these things filled with different things, pictures I want to design and things I want to get onto shirts, like things to describe who we are, what we do. Yeah, it doesn't stop.
Yeah, and
Just
probably the only other thing that I was challenged with was just the sheer fact of a nobody. Mm-hmm. No one knew who I was in the speedway world.
Yeah,
If
you
I'd-
can stand there and wave a sign around and people won't even look at you.
If I'd, because I was a nobody in a lower class racing,
Yep.
no one took you seriously at first. It was like, well, who are you?
That's right.
You weren't a big person sprint car driver who's trying to make a business in that thing,
That's
or
right.
a commentator that's going, "Oh, I'll make a clothing line and add
That's
to
right.
it." You were a nobody.
Yeah.
So you had to start from
It's
scratch.
hard. It's not easy.
It was. It took a lot of toll on me.
Yeah.
Because I put the investment into it, and it was all on my shoulders. No one else's, just
That's right.
mine.
And it's gets a bit overwhelming too when you try and make those breakthroughs and the doors get closed, and then it's just like, well, why am I even doing this?
Yeah, and
you
then-
start to question why you're doing things, and then you have to change your approach, and then that's usually when the biggest breakthroughs happen.
Exactly.
And,
I've been the low points where I've said to the wife, "I just can't do this anymore. I've had enough. It just drains me."
Yep.
And then something will pop up and you're back into it and off you go again.
and
you go.
you're full of life again.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
Yep.
It does, because it is your business.
Yep.
It's not a business as such, it's a life. You've got to.
That's right.
You're
heavily invested.
you're heavily, and
Yep.
it takes a toll on me. It
Definitely.
does sometimes.
Yep.
Even yesterday when we went down to the speedway down in Goulburn for the first time since Corona hit, the night before on Friday, I was up to 10 o'clock helping Hayden out.
Yep.
And then 4 o'clock, I was in the car driving down to a mate's place, stopping his car to go down to Goulburn.
Yeah.
To go racing to support the guys that I'd done there.
Yep.
And that's what I do. I'm a hands-on person.
Yep.
I'll be.
You have to be.
They were fixing cars. I was in there underneath the car working.
Awesome. You have to be.
That's what
You're
I
in
do.
there helping out.
Yeah.
That's the whole.
It's not necessarily the money that I provide for these some of the customers.
Mm-hmm.
It's the extra bits of being there on the night, and it's only one person, and you're there and you're helping him fix his car so he can go back racing.
That's right.
And if I wasn't there, that's the support part of that we do as well.
And that's probably what sets you apart from a lot of other people.
Yeah, it does,
Yeah,
and that's what I mean.
100%.
That's we're always at the track helping someone. The last year we had what they call a sponsors night.
Okay.
And you actually get a chance to go back racing.
Nice.
So I hopped into a couple of cars.
Nice.
And I'm going, I haven't been in a car for like 4 years.
That would have got the adrenaline going.
I was nervous as hell. But I got in the car, and when I was doing the warm-up laps, I actually realised that I was more concerned about what the guys were doing or the teams that I look after than what I was in the car.
Okay.
And that's when I realised I'm not a racer anymore. I'm Scorpion.
Yep.
That's what I am. That's what I am now.
Yep.
That's what I've got to focus on. So I just went, I'm done with the racing. Let's just concentrate. And the thrill.
All the outside.
Yeah. The thrill of actually going to a race meet and watching your person win and they calling out your name on the podium.
Awesome.
It's actually quite really good in the heart for you.
Yeah.
And
it's all that hard work. That's the payoff.
It is.
Yeah.
And last year, I think we had like 10, 15 podiums between the teams.
Okay.
And you sit out in the grandstand and they're calling out, big thanks out to Nigel from Scorpion Racewear. You go, woo!
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, that's what you want.
That's 100%. Just that tiny bit of recognition. That's it.
Yeah, it's not hard, and especially with your Facebooks and everything like that.
Yep.
Part of the program is you've got to post up and everything 100%. Like that. If you don't do it, you're just not doing your job.
Exactly right. Yep.
And social media is such a big thing these days. It governs
talk about
what we
cutthroat. That's social media.
We're talking about it before. What time do you post up?
Exactly
when do you do that? It's all the things you've got to look at too now.
And it changes all the time.
Yes.
Because now, TikTok's around, and then in another month or two, there'll probably be some other platform that's come around, and then all the bloody people are focusing time there, so that takes time and attention away from Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, and there's so many different variables.
Yeah,
it's so hard to try and keep an understanding of what works where, because it's so constantly changing so much.
We don't do TikTok or Twitter. Probably more the case I just don't have the time.
Yeah, definitely.
I just stick to Facebook and Instagram for now. My daughter's good enough. She'll load up the videos for me and she'll put them on YouTube for me. That just saves something that I don't have to do myself.
Definitely.
But like I said before, I do everything. So invoicing, all those type of things, the emails, the answering to the phone calls, all designing, everything. It's all done by me.
Chasing people on and off the phone all day, as well as a day job, which adds to it.
When you got someone ringing from the States, they don't realise that it's completely opposite time.
It's 4 o'clock in the morning or midnight.
Oh, yeah. I'll get a 2 o'clock a.m. phone call.
Yeah. It's like 9 o'clock in the morning over there or something.
Yeah. I actually got to the point where the wife was getting so annoyed with me, I'd have to put my phone in the drawer and close the drawer.
Yeah, wow.
Because even with the silence going on,
it still lights up. And Yep.
So you just sometimes it just kind of kills you.
That's full on. I didn't even think about that.
Oh no, it's New Zealand's 2 hours ahead.
Yeah.
So you get
it's not too bad.
It's not too bad, but if though it's 7 o'clock and it's 5 o'clock here,
that's right.
You just get into work and they're still trying to ring you.
Yeah.
So I'll have 10 messages on my phone, so it's smoko for 15 minutes. I'm trying to contact and text back and phone over those 10 minutes.
The struggle is real. Trying to get stuff done in that little time frame. I understand that. Especially in the truck, sometimes you only stop for 15 minutes.
Yep.
It's the only time of the day where I'm not driving. So when you've got like a bunch of emails and messages and missed calls and Facebook comments and Instagram comments, there's only so much you can do.
Yeah, and the thing is that sometimes it gets overwhelming too, because there's so much, and you get there and you go, oh, I've forgotten to do this one. And you go,
Yep.
Then you go, oh shit, I've got to do that one.
Or you get back to one person and then a couple of hours has gone past, and then the person from before that messages and you're like, hey, have you seen my message? And you're like, fuck, I forgot about that one.
Yes.
Like it gets a bit...
It is.
Hard at
I
times.
do a lot of when I get a chance, I'll just put in me reminders and a post up after I get home, so I know I can go. It pops up. Oh, that's right. And I'm on the computer and I can send that off. Or they'll ask me to send an invoice and things like that. I put it in my phone.
Makes it easier.
I have to do something because my brain just doesn't want to hold all this information.
I believe that. Yeah,
I'm getting too old, I think.
Yeah, you just got too much on your plate.
Well, there's
too much going on.
Probably that too.
Yeah. No, it does. It makes it bloody hard, doesn't it?
But it's funny, when it's quiet, I feel bored.
Yeah.
It's a double-edged sword.
Yep.
You love the thing, but sometimes it's overwhelming. But when you're not doing it, like over the COVID,
You feel lost.
Yeah, when COVID
You don't know
hit,
what to do.
everything stopped dead.
Yep.
Nothing. We've had nothing.
Wow.
And it's just slowly starting to pick back up now, and it's good. I'm enjoying it again.
Yeah. So, is there any other? So with the businesses and any obstacles and stuff, when you first started, like it was 2015 you started?
Yeah, around about
Scorpion?
2/3. Yeah.
Was there any? You didn't have any issues or anything particular at all, like from a business standpoint that you had to come across? Finding suppliers is always hard. Making those relationships with suppliers is always hard. I know I went through, after talking with you a couple of years ago, I went through a few people, like you said, with designing stuff. Some people want to do things the way you want it done, and other people want to put their 2 cents in. And from a design point of view, you kind of, it's like, well, you've been doing it for 20 years and I'm only just starting to ask questions, so I think you know more than I do. So you didn't have any issues trying to find those pathways, I guess, to people that benefit you the most, I guess?
When we first started, we did do, it was probably 6 to 8 months worth of chasing different suppliers.
Yep.
And back then it was, you had to pay for a sample.
Yeah.
So I wasn't established or anything like that, so no money was coming in.
Yep.
But you had to pay for a supply.
That's
and
right.
each time you do one item, it's 3 times the amount because it's a one-off.
That's right.
So you're losing money straight up trying to do that. Then trying to find someone that you had a good enough product to start with and that you could trust.
That's right.
Because suppliers they don't as such care for what your business is. They just want your business.
Yeah.
They don't care about your business. They just want the business.
Yeah, that's right.
So they just want the clothing coming in.
Because it keeps their doors open.
Exactly.
It keeps their bills paid.
So when you can find someone that you can actually chat to and say, look, this is a problem.
Yep.
Can we do this? Can we change this? Can we do this?
That's right.
And they go, yeah, let's talk and see what we can do. They'll send you a picture sample and stuff like that, which is good. Now I get hit probably maybe, I reckon 10 times a week from different suppliers now asking me to come on and do this. And I'm to the point now I don't even pay for samples.
Okay.
I say to them, if you want me to have a look at your gear, send me some samples. I'll send you some designs. Send me the samples. Or forget it. I says I'll get hit 10 times a week.
Yeah.
Now I'm getting suppliers sending me samples.
Yeah, beautiful.
Instead. So that's where the big turns happened.
That's what you want.
Exactly.
Once you get to that point, like you're saying with big sprint car teams, it'll get to a point where your name's great where it is, and then they'll be like, hey, maybe we should start reaching out to this guy. So,
and that's what we do. You've got any person that ever starts a business, you're not going to start at the top.
No.
You've got to work your way, you've got to grind your way to the top.
Yes. Yep.
And I probably knew that from the start where I wanted. I had a 5-year plan where I wanted to be, and we hit that.
Yep.
That's not a problem. We hit
Beautiful.
that. Now the next 5 years is actually going to be harder than those first 5 years, I reckon.
Definitely.
To get to that next step.
Yep.
It's like racing. That 10% is always the hardest part to get.
100%.
And it's going to be that way again.
That's right.
It's
not going to get easier.
No.
It's going to get harder, if anything.
And I was really even looking to the point at work where I was going to say my day job was trying to go to the point of doing 3 days a week.
Yep.
So I can concentrate on Mondays and Fridays and the weekend.
Definitely.
For the Scorpion side of it.
Yep.
And then COVID hit.
Yeah.
And I just went, no, the second job, let's just keep the bills paid first, and we'll keep working on those aspects.
That's right.
But that's the next goal, is to get to the point where I'm only working 3 days a week plus Scorpion. That's where we're looking for.
That's what I wanted to do with stopping the truck driving.
Yep.
And my business is nowhere near the level of what yours is. One day we'll be there, and then when we're in your position, the stars will still be the next goal. We've got to have big goals and big aspirations, but I don't have enough time, which I was talking to a friend about this morning, which is bullshit because I could sit on the computer till midnight, 1 o'clock every night, but at the time driving the truck, just not feasible, a feasible option just for the safety of myself and other people. So, but now going back into the workshop, I got those couple of hours in the morning. I can still get up at the same time and spend 3 or 4 hours on the computer.
Yeah.
So that is already a massive improvement. Even if I'm at the workshop 5 days a week, which I don't want to be, I'm going to cut that back a little bit. Maybe 4 days a week, 5 if I have to. And it doesn't matter what day I take off, as long as it's a day that I can spend on the business.
Yeah.
So even a day like today, do a podcast, I can do at least two podcasts a day.
Yeah.
And then that's 2 weeks I don't have to do another one for.
Yep.
Or within those 2 weeks I could do another 1 or 2, and then I've got a month's worth which I can edit and roll out as the weeks go on.
Yeah.
And it just makes that side of things so much easier.
Yeah. I find that my most productive days are Friday afternoons, only because I knock off at 12 instead of 2.
Yep.
So it gives me that extra time. 9 times out of 10, just prior to this, the wife was working at those days, so she was never home.
Okay.
My daughter was at school, so I'm by myself on the computer.
Time.
I've got that time.
Yep.
And the other day is Sundays. Okay. Even though we're technically closed, as they say on Facebook and everything like that.
That's probably the day you do the most work.
I do a lot. I'll get on the computer, I grab me coffee, and it's just off we go. Music blaring in the background.
Definitely.
And you've got to find time to sit down and do it. Otherwise, your brain just will not shut up.
That's right.
And you don't sleep.
Yep.
You don't sleep. You start getting worn down.
Exactly.
So you've got to put time, and then you've still got to have time where you say, "Nah, that's it. It's closed.
That's right.
I've got to do family stuff."
That's right.
And that's
you got to draw
the biggest
a line
point.
at some point.
You do. Sometimes I don't.
It's hard.
The wife understands, but she'll still bag the hell out of me because
Yeah,
of it.
definitely.
She's probably one of my biggest critics, other than my son.
Yep.
I can't
Cam's
even.
not that bad, is he?
I can't get him to wear any of my gear. The only reason is he goes, "Dad, it's not really my genre."
Okay.
Because of what I have it too blare.
Okay.
I do a nice simple shirt, and he goes, "Oh yeah, I might wear that." But he's been one of probably, to be honest, Cameron's been one of my biggest pushes.
Okay.
Because I have to look at him, and he was one of the people that actually made me think, well, it's not me that I'm trying to design, it's the customer.
Exactly.
Because his opinion was, "Oh, that's too much for me."
Yeah.
But it's a good design. He goes, "Yeah, Dad, it's a great design, but it's not me."
Just for him, that's right.
Exactly. So that's where he actually taught me that the customer...
You've got to kind of take into account what they want to be wearing as well, yeah.
Yeah, and my wife's the one where she'll say, "Well, that's just not good enough. Do it again."
Yeah, well...
She'll just drive
Just
you.
blunt,
She'll just bluntly just get there and go, "Come on, you can do better than that." And you go...
Emma's like that sometimes.
Start again.
Like, what do you think of this? And she'll be like, really? I'm just like, oh, don't say anything.
Oh, she
else.
says really too,
like,
does she? Yeah, that's my wife's favourite one. Really?
Yeah, and then that's when,
That's when
it all starts going bad, and you're just like,
yeah, and you do, and they're the ones where 2 o'clock in the morning I'm asleep, I wake up and I go, "Oh, I've got an idea," and I'll get out of bed, and it'll be 5 o'clock and I'm supposed to be going to work, and I'm going, "It's done," and the wife goes, "Oh, that's a nice design."
Yeah, beautiful.
It's just how it happens.
That's
sometimes.
Right. Sometimes when they come across your mind, you got to get them out.
Yeah, you do.
Yep.
You really do.
Awesome. That's great. You have to. You have to do it.
I've had many a days when I've disappeared into the shed, and next thing I know is I get a message, "Tea's ready." I've been down there since 9 o'clock.
Yeah, wow. You're like, what? Where's all the time gone?
Yeah, and she'll say, "Well, what did you do?" And I said, "Oh, 5 designs."
Yeah, wow.
And you just knock them out, and they just... Some days you get it, and then some days you just can't do anything right.
Yeah, yep.
Anything.
I get that with editing videos and this stuff sometimes. Sometimes it happens quick, and then other times it takes a while. It just, for whatever reason, sometimes you feel it. Some days you're feeling it, some days you're not. But you still have to force yourself to do it, unfortunately.
That's
you have
the
to
hard
push
part.
on.
That's the hard part. When you actually, especially when COVID hit, it was like I had to finish some stuff off, and I gone, we're not doing anything. I won't do it.
I'll get to it later.
I'll get to it later, and I never did.
Yep.
And then I got to the point where I'm going, stop doing this. You just get in, get it done.
That's
if it's done, it's over with.
Yep.
Move on to something else.
And like you're saying, you got to make the time as well. When to draw the line, so you can spend the time with the family and stuff. Like yesterday, we went and done our food shopping and everything to get us through the week. And as soon as we got home, we already had planned to go out for lunch and go somewhere in the van up the Blue Mountain somewhere. But as soon as we got home from shopping, I was going to come and set all this stuff up for today. And I was just like, look, fuck it. Like, I can't be bothered doing it right now. I'm like, we just need to go get away for a couple of hours and go have something to eat and just relax. And we ended up going up to Jelly Bean Pools into the national park up there. We followed the track all the way to the end. I think it's Red Hands or Red Man's Cave right at the end. It's like maybe half an hour drive in from the national park, from the gates there. Parked the van, got the cooker out, cooked up some wraps for lunch, and then we ended up having a nap in the back of the van for like an hour and a half. And then we had to drive out before they closed the gates, so we didn't get locked in there yesterday afternoon. But it was just the best time. Just got out, just relaxed, just didn't think about anything. We just sat out there, had a chat about some things we want to do, and that was probably the best use of our time we could have had yesterday.
Mine's sitting around the pit fire I've got.
Oh, that's the best.
Just sitting out there, having a JD, just sitting there relaxing, and 9 times out of 10 things will pop into your head. Just do it.
Definitely.
Like the trip to New Zealand that we did on the boat, that was for our 25th anniversary.
Yep.
And I probably still got calls.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm getting them on the phone, and I'm looking at the phone. The wife's looking at me, and she's going, No. So I'd put it away, and then she'd go, I'd get another one. She'd go, oh, just do it quickly. Yeah. Get it over and done with. Yep, done. Right, put it away.
Yep.
Because she knew that's the problem too, is if you're by yourself and doing this, you're never away from the job.
You're non-stop.
You can't stop. You've just got to keep going. Yep. And if something pops up, you've got to answer it. That's right. All there is to it. Because if you don't, that person then goes, well, he never answered my phone call.
They'll go somewhere else, and then...
Exactly.
And then they're talking bad about you to other people, which is... It says more about them than it does about you, but you still don't want that to happen anyway. People don't really tend to talk about the circumstances on why he never returned the phone call. They're just like, oh, fuck him, he never returned my phone call. And it just makes you look like a bad guy to everyone, which is never what you want. But
no, but it's even you can't put your voice across, like some issues that are happening in Speedway and everything like that.
Yep.
I did once put my opinion across, and I got absolutely nailed for it.
Yeah, because you can't take any sides, so to speak. Yeah.
So now I don't try and get involved, even though I've got my own opinions and everything like that, and I want to say it. I'm screaming, I want to put my point across. You can't.
Yeah.
Because
you'll be a hero to some people, and you'll get absolutely annihilated by the rest.
So you just... That's tough because you want to make an opinion people are making an opinion about you too.
That's right.
But you can't, because if you fight back, then
you just sometimes you just got to. It's better to just keep it.
I just bite
keep it. Yeah, it's just better to keep it under wraps and keep doing your thing. It's usually in my dealings with people and the things I've done in the past, 90% of the time it works out better for you. You just keep your mouth shut. You just keep rolling on and doing your thing. Let them yell and bark and do whatever they want. Yeah,
it's wife's the best at that for me, because I'll type up something, and I'm not the world's greatest speller. Never have been. I've got a slight disability.
Is your wife spell check too?
Yes, I give it to her and say, "Here, is this okay?" She goes, rechanges it,
delete that,
rechange it. Yep. Or one time I'll hand it to her and she goes, "What'd you do? Did you get somebody else to do this one?" So if I want to do something right, but I use her as a buffer.
Yep.
That's what you do.
Bit of a filter.
Yeah. Because sometimes I'll write something and she goes, "No, you really can't say that."
Yeah.
I said,
people might take that the wrong way.
Yeah, exactly. So she'll correct me.
Yep.
Or I'll post something at work and I get a text message. You shouldn't be doing this. Yeah, exactly. So even though she...
Emma to a T.
Yeah. Even though she doesn't do much as such with the business, she's probably the biggest part of the business as well. Yeah. Yep. So even though she's not doing the design work or the phone calls or anything like that, she's probably one of the biggest parts of this.
Helping a lot more than people do seem to realise.
Probably even more than I realise. Yeah. Because I rely on her now without even thinking about it.
Yeah.
And it's just certain aspects of it.
It's family. It's the business. The business is the family. Yeah. Like you were saying just before.
Yeah. And we even have a barbecue. Once a year we have a barbecue. We call it Scorpion Racewear Barbecue. Nice. We have it. We got it coming up next month. Okay. And all the people that are in our support program,
get them all over.
We invite them.
Awesome.
If they turn up, they turn up. We can't make people turn
that's
up.
Right. Schedules.
Yeah. We've done it 3 years in a row now. The first year we had like 10 people.
Okay.
Next year we had 20.
Yep.
Last year we had 40.
Awesome.
So we just like, we can
Have
invite
100
the
this
family.
year.
No, don't start that. The wife will have a heart attack.
You got enough room out there now?
We
You
do
have 100
where we are
people out
now.
there?
Yes, we've even invited them, told them, yeah, come camp.
Yep.
We'll be
Yep.
fine.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll go down great. Yeah.
The cold weather will probably hold a lot of them
Yep.
off, but the pit fire goes and we'll have another fire going.
Awesome.
We'll make a couple of fires easy.
That's what you want?
Yes.
That's what people want? All right. This is the question.
Oh, here we go.
This is the question. Okay. This is question number 5. This is my last question for you for this podcast anyway, and it is about your own podcast.
Yep.
So you now have your own podcast set up as On the Couch with Scorpion Racewear.
Yep.
If no one's seen it, there will be links and everything in the description. So don't worry about that.
Go and check it out.
Okay, so how did you find that to set up and get people to be part of it? And also, are you getting the outcome that you wanted from that, like the exposure and the help, I guess, and guidance with talking with your supported drivers, kind of just getting the word out there, I guess?
When we were stuck in COVID at home and nothing was being done, we had no shirts coming in, no nothing.
Yep.
I just said to my wife, I said, it's like we're dead. We're not out there.
Yep.
We need to do something different.
To be active.
We've got to be active. We've got to be seen. Even though we're not doing anything, we've still got to be seen.
Definitely.
So I sent a message out. I got a group text for all my guys in my supported program. I said, hey guys, I'm thinking of doing this.
Yep.
Interested. 90% of them said,
Yes.
yeah, mate, when can I get on?
Definitely.
And I said, look, it's not for me, it's for you guys. It's another avenue where I can support you,
Yep.
put you in front of a potential sponsor.
Get their names out there
Exactly.
and help them.
Yeah, so
Yep.
that's where we looked at it in
Yep.
that aspect.
It helps. It's great. It's a great platform though, because it helps. Like this helps me as
Yes.
yours helps you, but indirectly because you're helping those other people. Like
Yes.
that's the whole
Whole point. And when we decided to do it, because I'd already done the little interviews that we do at the track and things like that, like our biggest, as in likes
Yep.
in videos and everything, has actually been when we teach people about what a driver does.
Okay.
When we taught, like our biggest one's been Hayden's, when we taught him when he was back in the legend car, and we showed how he does things in the car. He's got 2 brake pedals and stuff like that, so he left foot brakes and what gear does this and the levers do this, and that was a massive hit. Like people just love
Information. People want to know
Exactly.
the stuff.
They don't know that when they're out there. So we've started doing a couple of them there. But then when, like I said, COVID, we couldn't do any of
Couldn't
this.
get to the track. Yeah.
So yeah, we decided to do this. So we're doing the Zoom
Yep.
with Kristen, Billy Hickey in New Zealand.
Yep.
Who else did we do Zoom? Oh, a young lady, yes. Kate Middleton in America. She does
Okay.
I got on to her about a year ago. She actually teaches drivers how to send profiles
Okay.
to potential sponsors.
Yes. Okay.
So I just listened in to her little
I think I've seen
podcast.
you share something of hers a while ago.
We've done her on the couch.
Oh,
So
okay.
she's actually on there.
Okay.
And when I thought I'd just give her a text,
Yep.
see if she'd be interested. She says, yeah, when can I get on?
Awesome.
So we've struck up a little bit of a history now, and we talk a lot just via text.
Great.
Because she asks me questions because I'll actually throw it back from the sponsor side, not from the driver's side.
Yep.
Because most people do the wrong thing when they put in a proposal. They really do. They talk about themselves.
Yes, it's all me. This is what I can do.
This is what I can do, but
yeah.
they don't say what they can do
Yes.
for the sponsor.
That's right.
It's what can you do for me?
That's right.
And the worst thing that anyone can do, if you ever do any of these proposals, don't do this.
Yep.
To whom it may concern.
Yeah.
If I ever see that, I don't even look at it. I just toss it.
That's right.
Because when we do our proposals for support programs, it's 75, 80 emails I'll have
wow.
on that. And you just go, to whom it may concern. Well, if you don't know who I am...
Yeah, that's right. It's like you sent this to me. So, yeah.
Kate calls it the spray and pray.
Yeah.
Because you're just putting the same email out to as many people as you possibly can,
hoping someone
hoping to get
catches it.
something.
Yep.
But if you're actually smart enough, and even she did one time she was in a what was it, a mall, I think it was. She was in a mall,
Yep.
and she's just done this rant about a person doing exactly that.
Okay.
And it just went viral because of it. And hers is even worse because the email is Kate at
Yeah,
And
wow.
they didn't even put a name down.
Yeah, wow.
You know, I don't have mine on there, obviously, but
Yep.
today's technology, you go Google Scorpion Racewear, owned by Nigel Harper.
Exactly
Bang,
right.
Dear Nigel.
That's right.
That's all you got to do.
That's right. Or hi Nigel. Hey,
Yes.
like anything.
Yeah.
Just address the
Yes, you
person
gotta address it.
you are talking to.
And a lot of the other things that people make mistakes is just, they just, like I said before, they just go on about what they've done.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
And you get to the point where you're going, why am I reading this?
Yeah.
What's in it for me?
That's right.
You're asking me for sponsorship, but
Yeah. What do I get
Yeah.
for giving you
Yeah.
sponsorship? Yeah.
and people just, they kind of put it backwards. They put all about their details here, and then they put about what they can do for you.
Yep.
Flip it.
That's right.
Tell me what you're going to do for me. Oh, that sounds interesting. What do you do? Then I'll read on.
And then that's where exactly right.
You know,
Wow.
I made the same mistakes when I was looking for sponsors.
Yeah, definitely.
And now that I've been flipped over, I see the difference.
Yep.
Kristen, I actually did 1 year because we started doing the New Zealand supported team. So we got to support people in New Zealand as well.
Yep.
I actually sent all the emails to her from New Zealand, and I told her to go through them
Okay.
because I wanted to teach her the same thing.
That side
Yeah.
of the business, yeah.
Yeah, and she was shocked. She says, I just can't believe how people write to you and everything like that.
Yeah,
And
wow.
it made her change her proposals,
Yeah, well, to
her potential sponsors. Yeah,
wow.
exactly. So she learned from that
Yeah, awesome.
as well as I did. And then I was able to use her knowing more the New Zealand side of things
Yeah.
to find the correct people that we wanted to take on.
Awesome. Well, that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I said, our program, 25 strong last year. We've lost, I think, about 5 this year, only because they've decided to pack up,
Yep.
concentrate on the family.
Yep.
One person we did drop because they
Okay.
weren't doing what we proposed
Okay.
they were supposed to do.
Yep.
And we are tragically losing Kristen this year because she's decided to have a break for a year.
Okay.
But she's going to stay on.
Good circumstances, though.
Yes, she's just having a break. She's been doing it for 17 years.
Oh, wow.
I didn't even realise it. She's only 28.
Wow.
So we've in talks with Kristen in keeping her linked to Scorpion.
Okay.
She wants to do that. I want her to do that. Just she won't be an
Through
ambassador.
racing or not
Yes,
racing.
we're going to have her in a liaison type of situation. We're still just talking to her, and she just says, "I just want to stay on as a family."
Yep.
And that's that's again where
That's what
that
you want.
family comes back into it.
It's exactly what you want.
Yeah, and we used to talk 2 or 3 times, like Hayden.
Yep.
I probably get Hayden rings me normally at about 2:30 when he finishes work.
Yep.
In his car, he will chat. What are we doing this week? What are we doing that week?
Yeah,
And
nice.
Just everything's like that.
That's what you want, though.
Yeah.
And that's from those relationships is where you grow and you will create more potential things to happen, which is great. It's exactly what you want.
Yeah. It's like when we first started, it was the cold sell. That was the hardest thing.
Yeah.
Trying to walk up to people and
Like, hey, this is who we are, and they're just like, who are you? And it's like, yeah,
Now it's the opposite. When I walk around the track, everyone goes, "Hey, Nige,"
yeah,
and you're getting called over.
awesome.
You're not that person.
And that blows you away. You get a bit starstruck sometimes.
It's
when
not.
people
It's
do
not star. I get nervous. I don't get starstruck because I still know that it's still a business. It's not me they're asking.
Okay.
It's the brand they're asking for.
Yep.
So I don't associate myself as the brand.
Which is probably a good thing.
Yeah, it's not about me. It's about what the brand does.
Yep.
And that's what I say to the support guys. It's not what I can. I'll help you as much as I can. If I can find a sponsor,
Yep.
anything like that, that's what I do.
Okay.
What's that?
Noises going on.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what we do. We push differently to a normal sponsor. They just go, "Yep, there's your money," or "There's the product."
Yep.
Post up a couple of things and they walk away.
Exactly right.
We don't do that.
I get oh shit, the amount of people if they're watching this at all, I am sorry, but the amount of people that I block and just remove from Instagram and Facebook that send me messages, "Hey, I have 10,000 followers on Instagram, send me a hat and I'll take pictures of it." It's just like what are you even asking for? And you look at their profile and it's just like, I don't want to say garbage because that's a bit harsh, but like they're not really.
It's not relevant for you.
No, it's not. It's what they're. I don't know if they're just trying to get something for free.
Yep.
Saying then they'll take one picture of it and then they've got themselves a free hat or a free
Yep.
shirt or however it works. It's just like, that's cool, but what am I gonna get from that one post? Like,
Yeah.
can you guarantee me someone's gonna buy only one person needs to buy something for me to justify giving you something for free.
Yes.
But
You still got to get that one
but
person.
they can't, like, you can't guarantee me that someone's gonna buy it. So it's just like, no thanks.
Yeah.
But then every now and then I do get a message from someone, and they might only have a couple of hundred followers, which is, the followers is irrelevant. I always go through their profile, read their about me, look at their pictures, and see like what kind of message are they trying to send to people with their posts. Because a lot of people are just like you're saying with the sponsorships, it's all, hey, look at me, hey, and then you get the diamond in the rough. I say you get a couple that are trying to teach people stuff and trying to get some knowledge out there and trying to help other people, and you're like, okay, this is someone that I could work with. Definitely, even if I don't sell them anything, or even if they don't bring sales in for me, still definitely someone I'd like to be associated with and talk to, because you never know what's going to happen down the line. So but then you still got to draw a line with who do I send stuff to? Is it going to be worthwhile or not? Which you can't, at the end of the day, you can't predict.
No.
You don't know whether they are going to be of help to you or not. But I try not to look at it like that's the gold mine, if that makes sense. I can't give a person a hat and then expect so many sales or so many dollars in return from that.
But when you're starting out, you've got to be able to work out what's beneficial for you.
Definitely.
It's not being rude or anything to anybody.
That's right.
It's if they can introduce your product to someone that makes you go that direction,
Yep.
it's great. If we get it all the time through the proposals for sponsorship.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I want this from you.
Yeah. You're like, okay.
You want a free suit from me.
So
Yeah, so what am I going to get for that amount? The $900 odd I'm going to give you for a suit.
Exactly right.
What's that going to give you? And they can't answer you.
That's right.
Well,
Because they just want a free suit.
they just want a free suit.
Yeah.
Exactly. They don't care about anything
I've
else.
won X amount of races. Like, okay, are you going to, like, put my name all over your car or something to promote me for getting a free suit?
Well,
Like,
part of our program is they've got to do something on the cars. Like, there's certain things they've got to do.
yep.
But I've had actual supported members that have been with me from literally from the start,
Yep.
like Hayden and Team Blanche Motorsports up in Newcastle,
Yep.
And the Dawes Family Racing here in Sydney do switch stockers. They actually go beyond what I ask them to do.
Yeah, awesome.
And they'll put their whole car. There's one car in the Dawes Family Racing that they actually is a Scorpion
car
car.
is
The whole
Scorpion.
car is Scorpion.
Yep.
And I never asked for it.
Yeah, wow.
The Blanches up in Newcastle,
Yep.
they're both cars.
Yeah,
They've got
right.
a massive Scorpion down it.
Yep.
Never asked. Same in New Zealand with the Annans.
Awesome.
Their whole car's set up like that. Those people,
They're the people that you
they're
want.
the ones that you love because
that's right.
you put more back into them
Yep.
because they put more back into you.
They're
And that's
giving-
that support.
They're giving more to you than
Yes.
is, I don't want to say expected, but at the end of the day, having them as a supporter or a sponsored driver, you have certain expectations of them.
We've got guidelines.
Yep.
We don't have a contract with anyone.
Yep. So expectations is a bit strong. Guidelines sounds a lot better.
Yeah, we tell them, we wrote down, especially this year after the year when I got screwed over, we put a guideline down of what we expect from each person.
Yep.
And a guideline for what they should expect from
Yep.
me in return.
Definitely.
And I said, look, all you have to do is just say agree, and that's what we're going to base our relationships on, the old handshake
Yep.
based relationship.
That's right.
And it works for me at the moment.
Perfect.
And it's just one of those things there. I still don't want it to be a hard line. If you don't do this, we still can talk about it.
That's right.
Someone might say, well, we haven't got the budget to get too many shirts or whatever. We'll say, well, we can do this or do that.
Yep.
It's not a hard line. And then you get other people that say, well, look, we want this, and this. And you just go, wow,
Yeah,
sweet.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it's just a guide,
Yep.
and everyone agrees to that guidelines, and I agree to push them. If someone pushes me more, I push them more.
Yeah, that's right.
If someone doesn't push you, why do I spend my time pushing them?
Exactly right.
So that's how that's done.
Yep.
So, but like I said, with the couch, I was lucky. The fact is, I text everyone, and they just said, yep, we're
Very
in.
receptive.
And everyone's just come along, and it's been great. Still doing our social distancing.
Yes, you do.
Across the couch.
As you do.
It's probably a little bit short because the
Yep.
couch that's in there.
Yep.
And mine's just run through my iPhone.
Awesome.
Literally iPhone and my little microphone that I have for
You're
the
saying
iPhone.
the light and the camera and stuff on
and the
there.
light and the camera. I got an extra light just to give us a little bit more lighting over me in front of us.
Awesome.
And off we go. Press record. Off we go.
And away you go.
Yeah, shrink it down. Daughter puts it up.
Yeah.
Off we. That's it.
And that's it.
Yeah.
So, with your on the couch.
Yep.
Who do you have any other guests planned for that? And do you have any other? Do you have any specific outcomes you do want to achieve with that?
The main outcome for me was just to get the people back seeing and do stuff that we don't do normally.
Okay.
Like, each person needs to be seen. We've got
Definitely.
when we first did our first little text to everyone, we had about 13 people. Some, yep, we're in.
Yep.
We'll do it. And then there was a couple other people like Crashy from the photographer's side, and then you had Lance. He's one of the guys on down at the Speedway, and we got him on. And they're not even Scorpion people, but they were people that we know.
Yep.
And we got them on, and we
And
just
it's
had
good
a
to
chat.
get their insight on things
It's great.
as well.
And I know these people, but I don't. And I actually was learning things as I was asking questions myself.
Which is good.
Yeah, so it was really good. And some of the times you actually got to go, man, we just got to stop this.
Yeah, that's right.
Because we could be talking for hours.
100%.
And like with Zoom, they say you should only do it for 40 minutes. And
Yep.
I try and keep all my interviews down to about half an hour.
Yep.
Because if you put them up, one's so long when they go up.
That's right.
But people start to get bored after a while, and you go, we'll just switch off. And
Yeah.
we don't even get the good stuff, because half the time the good stuff's right at the end.
Yeah, that's right.
And
Yep.
so we keep it like that. We're trying to promote the guys. Again, it's not about me.
Exactly.
It's about these guys that are coming on. We've got a couple of the young juniors that we sponsor. They're going to come on. One's going to be via Zoom.
Awesome.
He's down at Goulburn. But I've actually asked to make sure that his dad's with him.
Yeah.
Only because he's underaged.
That's right.
Right, same with one of the other guys that we were speaking to on yesterday down in Goulburn. Goulburn. He's actually going to come down, but his dad's going to come down. He won't be on there, but his dad's going to be there.
He'll be there. That's
because
right.
he's underaged.
That's right.
And that, so we look at all those things. I think the next big one for me will be one of the next supported drivers, just only because I want to start to push these people a little bit more. So we want to get them on and start promoting them. They're a little bit on the quiet side, only because they are quiet. They're not out there themselves.
Yep.
So we want to start pushing them a little bit more.
Get the spotlight on them a little bit.
Teach them a bit more, get them more comfortable about being in front of the cameras.
Definitely.
And things like that. It's, as we all know, it's just nerve-wracking.
Yeah, it's not easy. And in this day and age, the way technology is and the way everything is progressing, everything's done in front of a camera.
Yeah, and everyone's done in front of an iPhone.
Exactly.
You're at a speedway, and you can be seen doing something wrong. Someone's filmed it, and it's up there and straight away. Exactly. That's another thing we try and teach people, that when you go to a speedway, that's actually your job.
Yeah.
You're promoting someone else.
That's right.
So if you do something wrong, start bluing with someone or anything like that,
it's on the names that you're supporting. Like, it's not you as a driver. That's right.
Yeah, it looks bad for the people that sponsor you, that's where you lose sponsors.
Yep.
And it happened over in the States just recently.
I've seen it happen in a few different industries.
Yeah,
in motorsport.
We dropped one person because of some incidents.
Yeah, wow.
I didn't think what they did was correct.
Okay.
And we had a discussion, and he goes, "No, that's it. I don't give a F and all this." And I went, "Mate, look, I'm not different values.
Yeah.
Simple.
You're not trying to be part of that.
No.
Yep.
And our group it's amazing. Probably one of the biggest things I've noticed with the program is the fact that the guys that are in the program will go and help another guy that's in the program at the track. Awesome. They go, "Oh, you're part of Scorpion. We'll run over and give you a hand."
Perfect, exactly.
And that's one of the greatest things I've seen since we've done this program, was the fact that I couldn't believe the camaraderie.
That support is there.
Yeah. Oh, it's just it's speedway. It's the kind of thing that everyone will do.
It is.
That crash that I had.
It's a giant family.
Yeah, that crash I had. My car was totaled.
Yeah.
I was told, because I cannot remember a lot of the accident and the crash. I can't remember. Just don't remember it. But I think Cameron said to me that a guy turned up with a front end.
Yeah, wow.
My car was totaled, and he goes, "Well, I've got a front end here for you to put in the car so you can go racing again."
Yeah, wow. Yeah, wow. But that's what it's like, though.
It is.
When you're part of it and you're right into it, that's the
support
you want. Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, when I got home last night, the wife said, "How was it?" I said, "It's just like being back with family again."
Yeah, awesome.
We were joking, we were mucking around. One car went down, we all got back into it, fixed it back up, got it back out. It was only practice.
Yep.
But it was there we parked all together.
Yep.
All the cars were parked together.
Beautiful.
And I was doing videoing for the guys so they
just
can
a
see
good
their
time.
cars.
It's just
great.
a good time. That's what you want.
A great time. Everyone's buying coffees.
Awesome. Drinking bourbons?
No.
No.
Maybe.
Awesome. Okay, so the last part of this is basically your social media stuff. Where can people find you? What names can they find you under?
Yep.
And just throwing this one in there at the last minute this afternoon. Any like promotions or anything that you have? Do you have anything going at the moment with this whole end of financial year thing going on? Or?
We're just about to
Okay.
put up a promotion. We normally do one just before the start of season.
Yep.
We put it out a little bit earlier than most, and we'll give it's normally about 10 to 15% off.
Okay.
We're already cheaper than other guys, and then when
Yes.
we drop it,
Yep.
only because Speedway is very you have a very quick peak.
Yep.
And it drops off. So you've got to pick that peak up at the right time.
You've got to be there.
Yeah, and got to have your gear going.
Yep.
So what was the other question? Sorry, I got
You're
lost
right.
on that.
Just like your social media stuff.
Okay, yeah.
Just the name of and the platforms where
Yep.
people can find you on with your Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah, Facebook and Instagram, it's just straight out Scorpion Racewear.
Racewear, yep.
All right. They're the main two that we use.
Yep.
We do have a website where you can buy gear and everything like that. And
Yep.
we've got PayPal as well as Afterpay.
Okay, awesome.
All right, so people can buy up on Afterpay, which is really good for people these days.
So good.
It is. We're actually chasing up Zip Pay as well, so we're trying to get all the level, and we do have eWay, so that's a credit card place. So we've got most of them covered.
No, that's good.
And that.
Very,
so that's
very up to date with it. That's
yeah.
good.
So that's scorpionracewear.com.au.
Yep.
So that's basically our three platforms that we actually work out of.
Awesome. And your YouTube as well?
Well, yeah, YouTube's just under Scorpion Racewear. Everything's just under literally Scorpion Racewear.
Okay. So now a lot of different brands. It's one name here, one name there, depending on what's
I didn't want to do that. I wanted to keep it what people know me.
That's right.
Or
No matter where,
brand.
no matter what you search, or whatever, no matter what platform you're on, Scorpion Racewear.
You type that in, it'll come up.
That's you.
And like I said, my daughter does a lot of the YouTube part of it, posting up.
Yep.
My computers, I deliberately made my computer basically just for designing and a little bit of emails. I don't put anything else on it because I've got such a lot of files on there. I don't want it to be incriminated with all the other stuff.
There it is. I've been waiting for it for a while now.
You kept looking at
I'm
it.
surprised we got this far. He's pretty warm. It's more than likely the battery. I'll just chuck a new battery in and see how that goes. 6 hours. I'm going to try and get it back in the right spot. Sorry, Nigel.
That's all right.
I've been waiting for it to happen. I'm surprised it's gone as long as it has. There we go. All right, yeah. As you're saying with your computer, it's just dedicated to...
dedicated just for the designing side of it. I do have like a link, I've still got Facebook, and obviously with the internet, you've still got Facebook and everything, but I don't try to put YouTube and anything. Yeah, I try and keep it simple.
Yep.
So with the YouTube, we actually get my daughter, I'll just flick it to her.
Yep.
And then she'll put it on her whatever program
Laptop,
she's using.
computer,
Yeah, she'll adjust it, put the
Upload it.
the loading on the front of it,
Yep.
and load it up for me.
Beautiful.
Which is appreciated because I don't have to do it.
Yep. It makes your job a little bit easier.
Yeah, I've already done that part, and then you got to load it up, and then you got to find time to do it.
This software, this Adobe Audition I do all the recording on, this software itself is not too heavy. I haven't had any real problems with this, but if I have Illustrator open, and then if I have the Premiere Pro open to do the video editing, and then I need to edit some photos, I've got Lightroom, which I open up. If I have all of them open, and then I've got the internet open with Facebook on there, I'm trying to put stuff onto YouTube, and then just emails and everything else, it just slows down so much. It's ridiculous. So I've got a lot of stuff on an external hard drive, which I try to put as much stuff on there as possible, but it's getting to a point now where I'm going to have to get a couple more external hard drives and have one dedicated to the AI, one for the videos, one so I can just plug each one in. There they are. I can save it there, and it's all good and proper, and keeps everything off the actual hard drive on the computer, because that's what
we use a lot of Dropbox and iClouds, because everyone will send over a Dropbox file with their logos and everything like that. So I had to start to open up those and everything like that. So you constantly, even with the AI, I'm buying that monthly.
I do the same thing
because you have to. Because if I send an old program to someone, they said, it doesn't work, it doesn't come out right because you've got an older program.
That's right.
Now I'm to the point where I send it to someone, like a design to someone else for a car or something, and they say, we can't open it because you've got too new of a program.
Yeah, well,
you can't win.
Yeah, no, you can't.
So sometimes you just deal with what you've got.
That's right.
If they don't have it, we can sort things out.
That's right.
And everything like that.
I've got, what is it, 2? I think it's 2 versions old. So whatever the 0.1, 0.2, 0.10, whatever the current version is, I'm usually 2 behind.
Yep.
Because when I first got this stuff and I started keeping up to date, every time an update come out, I'd reinstall that and then it have the newest version, but then they've still got bugs.
Yeah.
So they've still got bugs they're still trying to work out in the new version. So that's why I just stay a couple behind, and then when the next one comes out after a month or 2, then I'll move up 1.
Yeah.
I'll never go up to the new one.
To be honest, I don't even know what one I'm on at the moment.
It slows the performance down so much. I updated a while ago, and I actually ended up going backwards. Going backwards with version because it was just too slow, too laggy. Stuff wasn't opening properly. Things just weren't working the way they were previously. And then I just reinstalled the older version and like perfect. I'm just going to keep this one for a while until they get a couple more ahead.
I could have 4 or 5 different, like shirts, a suit open, a car design open, everything like that. And you start to click on something and you go,
it hasn't responded yet.
Yeah, and you go, I should actually close down some of these programs. Save, put, and that's one of the biggest things I had a trouble with when I first started. I'd be working on it and I wouldn't be saving it.
Yes.
And I get to somewhere and I'm going, great, and the computer will crash and you go,
yep.
You are kidding me.
I had that happen editing a video, I think from when we went to Queenstown last year. I think it was Queenstown. Or it might have been from Perisher. Something to do with snowboarding. It was like 9 hours into editing over a couple of days. And the computer decided to crash. And then when I got the computer back up and running, that entire file was gone. Even though I was saving along the way.
Saving, but just disappeared.
The entire file was gone. And all the files that were saved in the file manager and in my pictures and all that were gone as well. So I don't know what happened there. It just got rid of fucking everything. And then when I put the memory card back in to get everything back onto the computer, I don't delete anything off the memory cards until at least the edit is done. That way I know I don't need them anymore. But then the memory card was corrupt. So they just
lost everything.
See you later. That it kind of upset me because 9 hours, it's not a lot, but when you're sitting here
9 hours on the computer is a long time.
It's a long time.
I've been lucky in the sense a couple of times when it's done that for me. Like I said to you before, I send pictures to screenshots to customers. I can actually go back to the screenshot and go, that's where I had this.
You were at.
Then it's like bang, bang, bang. I've got it back to where I was. Save, idiot.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I've got... this is live, still recording, so it won't stop now. But anything I do after I stop recording, it auto-saves. And same as the video software now, auto-saves. So I think it's every 10 minutes. It'll just come up with the save. It'll just save itself. But in the Adobe, there's been a few times where I've gone to alter a design, and then when I hit the X, it says, do you want to save? And I was just there's been a couple of times where I press no, just not thinking, and then it might be a week or so until I come back to that design, and it's still the same, and it's just like fuck. It's like those couple of hours I spent changing it is gone. I'll start again.
I must admit I've done that
a couple of times.
I've got a habit. I've got a habit now of if I'm clicking on something to get rid of it and it says, do you want to save? I just go save every time. I just go yes. I don't care what I've done. it's going to be saved.
That's right.
Because otherwise, if I go no, because I don't know where I'm at yet,
That's right.
computer crashes and you haven't saved anything. You go, you just...
There's been a couple of times where I'll just use this card as an example, where I just take the writing.
Yes.
So if I've got a full shirt or jumper or whatever design, I'll just take the writing off and just copy it. I'll take it off, I'll adjust a few things, and then copy it to its own bloody file. And then I'll close the original one, and then if I do hit save, I've changed that whole setup.
Yep.
So that's why I was in the habit of pressing no, because usually I take bits and pieces and make something else. And then, there was a couple of times where I didn't, where I ended up so far behind. I had to redo it all again. I ended up just redoing the whole design.
I've got a habit now of, if I'm designing something, even though it's on just this part of the page, so you've got whatever size page you got open.
Yep.
So I got my shirt page open. All the logos that I transfer over, would actually, I'll actually have them all over the page.
Yep.
Sitting on the page, and so when it's saved, it's still there.
Yep.
So when I do come back and I do stuff up, I've got everything. I can just
there.
go back onto it.
That's right.
Because when I design, I've got this habit of saying that I don't design it, the design designs itself.
Yep.
Because a number might look good here, but it doesn't look good here. The customer says, I want it here. But you go, well, it doesn't work there.
Yep.
Or a logo doesn't work. A long logo across the chest doesn't really work that well because it's narrow.
That's right.
It doesn't look that good.
That's right.
You wanted a bolder frontal one.
Definitely.
So you try and teach customers that as well. It's not where it wants to be sometimes, it's where it has to go.
Yeah.
It just has to work this way.
Yep.
And I've learnt that over time.
Definitely.
One of my friends was there. I was doing his new logo for his castle hire the other day, and he was standing behind me. He goes, I just want to adjust this and this. So I'm clicking away doing it, and he goes, what are you doing? It's just so you all over the joint, and you go bang, 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 and it's done. I says, well, it's now second nature to me.
Yeah, that's right.
I know what I'm doing. You just tell me what you want to do, and I'll fix it up.
And you make it work.
Yeah, and when I first started, it was like, how do I do this?
Very overwhelming.
YouTube, do this, and it'd take forever
it's
to do
very time consuming at the start.
Oh, it is. It's a massive learning curve.
Mm-hmm.
And like we said before, you can be really down on yourself for your design, or you can be really high in the sense that you go.
Yep.
And the worst thing is the ones that I don't think are that good normally do better.
Usually the good ones.
Yeah. Yep. It's been that way when you go, I don't know if that's going to work, and it just goes.
And they're the ones.
Yeah.
That's right.
It really does.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of those that I actually need to start getting made and getting out there, because they're the ones you're sitting on thinking, they're not that great, and then you might put a little picture up and people go crazy over it, and you're like, okay, maybe I better fucking make it.
Yeah, like we've
get it out there.
kind of got a shirt called Warriors of Dirt.
Okay.
Now, this shirt's linked to something else that's coming up soon.
Okay.
It's a collaboration between myself and a young lady. I can't say anything too much.
That's all right.
But
you don't have to.
We're hoping to release it at the start of the season.
Okay.
And it's not racewear.
Okay.
It's not shirts. It's something completely different.
Okay.
But will relate to that Warriors of Dirt shirt.
Okay.
So I'm looking. Cool. That's probably one of the biggest things I'm looking forward to for this season coming up is
something
to release
new
this
on the horizon.
It could work.
Yep.
It could just flop.
Don't know my way to find out.
We're going to put it out there. So
Definitely.
that's going to be the one for me. It's going to be
yeah.
I'm nervous on this one. This is probably the most nervous I've been about releasing anything.
That's good.
It's something that I've never done before.
Yep.
She does, but it's something that I've never done.
Okay.
And for once, it's actually that person interpreting what I'm saying this time.
Okay.
So it'd be interesting to see how that one
being on the other side of it.
Yeah, I've always wanted to do it, never done it.
Okay.
And then one day I couldn't do it, and I decided to put it down.
Yep.
And send it to this person.
Okay.
And we've been slowly but surely working around on it. So it'll be interesting. So hopefully we're going to do it at the start of the season, around September.
Awesome.
Is where we would like to release it.
Be interesting.
So it'll be interesting.
Keep my eyes out for that.
Definitely.
That'll be cool. That'll be good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. Different for me.
That's good.
Real different.
Or sometimes you got to go down those paths to see what's going to happen.
Yes.
Could be the greatest thing you've ever done, like you said, or it could flop and you go, okay, we'll try again next time.
We'll do it again next time.
That's right.
We'll have fun with it.
That's all you can do. fingers crossed for you. Hope it all works out.
Yes.
Can't wait to see it.
Well, maybe you don't. It's not something that you'll see.
Oh, okay.
Let's just put it that way. That's an interesting one for you. We'll leave it at that one.
Yeah, we'll leave it there. That's very intriguing. Okay, so we're going to leave that there. That has been episode 7 of the podcast. Hope you guys all enjoyed it. If you want to see more, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel and there's a bell notification up there so you get notified every time we do something on here.
Don't forget Scorpion Racewear one as well.
Yes, Scorpion Racewear, YouTube channel, Instagram, Facebook, everything will be in the description down below. So go check Nigel out on all those platforms as well. Leave a like if you're into the racing and you need a suit. Definitely the man that you need to get in contact with. So
Definitely.
Awesome. That has been episode 7 of BEYPER.View. Thank you very much for tuning in, and
Thanks,
see you
guys.
next time.
See you.
And it would hurt.